Hi, my name is Girly. Or do I can I talk like this or do you want the mic in my mouth? Hey, my name is Girly. I'm what is the proper term? A multidisciplinary artist. Oh, heavy vocab word just dropped. But yeah, I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I paint, I make music, I DJ, I'm a videographer. I like to take photos sometimes. It's a lot. I like to say that I do the most. When people ask me what I do, I'm like, yeah, I skate. I don't know. There's so many things I like to do. So I try to get it all in one go, as much as I can. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
What was your first medium that you used?
um, like the first couple mediums that I used. Can I say skateboarding? I feel like skateboarding is like a medium of art. I feel like at a certain point, I stopped kind of like looking to be better just to be better, but it's just like trick selection. I just feel like skating is almost like dancing at a certain point when it comes to just like the motion of your body and just being able to properly do the things that you want to do. And that I guess you could say sport now because it's in the Olympics, but it's I don't know. I would say skating. I feel like this it's just like one of the most purest forms of energy for me, at least on output. Like I can most definitely just be myself on my skateboard, and probably sometimes even more myself on my board than off my board.
What lessons do you think have transferred over between skateboarding and other artistic mediums?
So I feel like the question was like, how does that like transfer to like the shit I do now? I feel like how I feel like skating most definitely like transfers over to a lot of my other mediums because it's just like that persistence, like I could be painting something, it doesn't turn out right, and I could easily just like stop painting or add something or just taking your time. I feel like skating is one of those things where it's just like you can't be good off of one day. But and I feel like you could really just start to apply that towards a lot of things. Like you can use Jesus, you can start to apply that towards other things. Whether that's music or painting or literally anything. So I feel like yeah, just persistence and just being patient. It's gonna come to you, but it's not gonna come to you if you're not persistent and consistent. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people want to be like, they keep trying this and a third, but they try it, every fucking 6 years. Sometimes you gotta strike when the iron's hot. I said this in this last interview too. Like, strike when the iron's hot or whatever. I don't know, just like have a sense of urgency, when it comes to being persistent. Just that is being consistent. You know what I mean? I feel like consistency beats persistency. Also, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, a little. I'm gonna just go from beginning because I look, you don't even remember how I'm about to say this, but I feel like I know how to say it better now. All right. Um, I feel like skating most definitely transfers over to a lot of the things that I do because it takes a sense of being patient with yourself, but also being consistent. I feel like being consistent makes the odds of you succeeding in whatever you're doing way more high than it was before. You know what I mean? And that sense of urgency most definitely like helps. Yeah, that's it.
Do the different mediums that you use have different attachments with you?
Um, I would say so because I feel like at different times of my life, I feel like those different mediums have helped me at certain times more than others. You know what I mean? Especially like when I used to live out on the beach, like I felt like skating was like the thing that kind of helped me stay down. I was dropping a lot of music then as well, but more often than not, I was skating a lot, and I felt like that kind of like that was the first time being at least like out of state, and then just farther from my crib or farther from like hometown. So it was just it was something that just keep me grounded. Most definitely, I feel like it's a different love than what I have like for my paintings or like for my music. Cause I don't know, it really just brings back home for real. It brings home anywhere that I'm with my board type shit. Also, just brings connections. So even if like I might be, straying from my path or like straying from like the main focus, I feel like skating has always kind of brought me um I was just back around to like where I actually needed to go. I feel like sometimes like skating does bring that detour that may or may not be needed, but it most definitely like brings you back to like where you're supposed to go. I feel like especially like the people that you meet, the people that you might not want to meet that you end up do meeting is just like they're all just experiences that I've gotten from skating that I most definitely will probably wouldn't get from like music or anything. At least like as organically, because I feel like skating is very like inclusive. It's for everybody. And for music, I feel like there's certain people or a certain energy that might come across people when they know like you do something that is that that you have to like kind of perform for, like as much as like you don't want to. It's just like if you do do certain things, you know what I mean, you have to like adhere to doing the whole thing if you're really in for it. So I feel like on a skateboarding is the same thing, but it's more of on a broader scope, so people don't, I don't know, there's never like a weird stigma of okay, like I see you with the board, you see me with the board, I'm gonna go talk to you now. It's just like compared to me seeing like my favorite rapper, like or my favorite artist at the moment walking down the street, like I may or may not talk to them just because I also make music, and they might seem like I don't know. It's just it's way more things to look into from like energy wise, socially wise, and honestly, like it's so much rah rah that I don't have to like deal with when I skate. It's just like purely off of yeah, I love doing this one thing, and we could be best friends in the next 2 weeks because we both skate. So I just think that's cool.
What does authenticity in art mean and look like to you?
I mean, it really depends. I feel like it comes with like authenticity, like between art can look different. Like yeah, between mediums, because I feel like I just met a lot of people over this past year, and meeting a lot of people this year, I most definitely got a personal look into so many people's lanes that I never thought that were a thing. You know what I mean? At least like at a level where it's like more tangible to me, or at least like more of a goal to to me that I can see that it is actually like realistic. I'm not saying like me being in the National Gallery of Art is that unrealistic. Like I'm not saying all that, but you know what I mean? There's way more odds of me doing more things like my fault. I have funny sex. You're hilarious. I might have to switch my hat in the middle of this, bro. Hey, for everyone watching, bro, I really fuck with the private team. They're doing a crazy push. I love what y'all doing, bro. You had to put this in the video because they gotta know. But the private team, y'all been doing like firework on y'all promo. I've been loving everything you do, but I gotta be honest with you. I'm Team Amigo for the rest of the interview. Um, respectfully, shit. But this is perfect actually for this conversation for authenticity. What is it? My good man's BB, bro. Like one of the most what is it? Authentic people I know as a friend, but also as like a peer. And I feel like just like her approach to creation in general, like whether that's something musical, something visual, something physical, is always been authentic or from an outlook that is personal and like reflective of who she is. And I feel like that it just it amazes me like all the whole every day honestly like you think it's crazy I got my paintings around like she has a Fiji bottle like cut out on her wall that says BB like a BB bottle like what like it's crazy she has her own show called Wild Card bro 30 minutes of full animation music videos all that all by one person so it's just like bro she made this hat bro design quality like this is crazy you know what I mean but I feel like not a lot of people are I'm not gonna say like are doing that or like but are at least like comfortable in showing more of themselves. I've been trying to like do that as well. And I feel like that vulnerability comes with authenticity because I feel like for you to be yourself, you have to be your full self. And I feel like sometimes that comes with a lot of like conflict, you know, when you either, you know, haven't figured everything out for yourself or just figure things I don't know, it's just I feel like authenticity is a process. I feel like you know some people you know can get it more quicker than a lot of other people, but you know there's always room for improvement when it comes to authenticity because I feel like you know the way people make art now is just it's just different. You know, there's not a lot of people who make love make love who make art for the love of it at this point because you know art has became more of now like more now of a lane for people to heighten their status or the position that they're in at the moment and that's perfectly fine but at the same time like that's just like not authentic at least like authentic enough where it's actually gonna last. I feel like you can tell when people do shit out of money and like and that's cool, bro. If that's what they're about, and I guess that's authentic for them, for me. But at its source, it's not like you're not making it because you want to make it or because you fuck with music or you fuck with art or you fuck with anything that you're saying that you fuck with. You're just making it because of the outcome that you're gonna get after, you know. And I feel like that kind of loses its sauce and loses like its actual value and substance from the whole project or whatever you're like that person's working on because it's just like there really isn't any substance you know what I mean especially like if that you know if what you're trying to get out of it never happens it's just like what is it now you know like well, it's just like it's just useless at that point you just wasted energy and time on something that didn't mean anything so I don't know I feel like there's levels to authenticity and it's just it comes with different lanes and different it's depending on who you are what you do you know like you just gotta say yes when you want to say yes gotta say no when you want to say no you know it's really just a decision that you make on yourself and keeping yourself accountable and making sure that you're moving for you and not moving because anything else you know and it's very hard nowadays especially like because social media and everyone's pressure to like what is success and everyone's like one like example of success isn't like you know everyone's example of success so I don't know it's just it's a really crazy time to like be making art right now but I feel like this is also like the perfect time to be making art right now because out of all this confusion like if you're authentic to yourself and you can share that to other people you can most definitely like inspire other people to be more authentic and you can most definitely get more of what you're out looking for out of that you know you attract what you do you know so I feel like everything comes full circle but it's a crazy time to make art right now but I commend anyone who is you know making art and even like sharing their art you know I'm speaking about making art I'm never talking about sharing it as well like I feel like there's a lot of people who make very amazing art that like you would never know who make art or because they just never talk about it but because it's just also just like releasing your art and sharing your art with other people is very courageous thing you know so it's just whatever seems true to you. You know what I mean? I feel like that's like the best way to get the best possible outcome.
How does your art give you hope?
Uh, art gave me hope. Uh, I would say like art gives me hope just because it's just like I don't know the fact that you did it. Not a lot of people are doing things. A lot of people are consumers of everything, whether that's physical something or just like time. I feel like social media is like a shop at this point. Like we waste all of our time just just always inhaling so much information at once and so much media at once. So like being able to stop that and being able to like okay finally like digest everything that you're like inhaling and ingesting on a daily basis, and just being able to properly like interpret yourself and interpret whatever you've been feeling about what's going on, what's exactly like what you've been, I don't know, just what's been going on, bruh, and how you feel, and being able to put that either visually, physically, emotionally, just in any type of way. And like I don't know, not a lot of people are able to just stop and actually like produce, then produce and not consume. I don't know. We live in a consumerism type of like society right now, so it's just like we just want to watch TikToks and bed rot all day, see what's up on Netflix, stream on YouTube all day. But like that's only possible if someone's doing that. You know what I mean? If someone's putting in that time. You know what I mean? So it's just like, oh, maybe if you've been watching them fashion TikToks all day, or trying to watch that FIFA tournament for me on Simon for me. I feel like if that inspires you to go play, bro, go outside on the pitch. That's art, bro. And I feel like that's one way of like putting it, or it's just like I don't know. It just works yourself into authenticity. I don't know. If you do it, bro, just like that's all I'm saying. It just gives me hope because yeah, there's not that many people. You might think there's a lot of people like putting out content every day. You see all these news outlets all the time, but honestly, like you'd be surprised how many people are actually doing it. Like for real, for real. I feel like that gives me hope because I'm just like, all right, if they can do it, I can do it. With that, like if I can't even do it, that's gonna inspire someone who I care about or someone who's close to me or someone I don't even know, to do it and figure it out. You know what I mean? Like that, it all works out in the end for real if people just keep doing. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like your art speaks to your inner child or some aspect of yourself that couldn't have been let out before?
No, I just be like the only connection I can bring to that is just like knowing that if I'm doing what I want to do, like at least like doing what I feel like is true to myself, like my younger self would fuck with me. I don't really like, like there's certain times in my life where it's just like, should just be all phases. So it's just like the only thing I wish I could have done better as a kid is just do more me. You know what I mean? So as long as I'm just keep continually to do me the correct way, you know what I mean? It's just like I got nothing like worry about like for that shit. I'm not really holding on to nothing for real. Like if I felt like if I wasn't like consistently trying to like put out and not keep in and keep ingesting so much, I feel like yeah, I probably would feel that type of way. I feel like I would be holding myself back. But nah, like I don't feel like I just be trying to do make myself feel better now. I feel like if I continuously try to make myself feel better, like and make myself feel good, like anytime I look back, I'm like, oh, I was feeling good because I've been consistently trying to do that, and that comes with doing what you need to do, doing what you want to do.
How does each medium you use make you feel, and why do you use it?
Okay, that's cool. Um, between each medium, how does it make me feel? I mean, I feel like with music, it makes me feel cool, low key. Like, I think it's like one of like I feel like with music, make it. I feel like with with all my different mediums, I feel like with music, it comes with a different type of finesse, you know. And it doesn't matter what type of music you make, you know, but it all comes with a type of finesse. And I just feel like that should just be making me feel cool as hell, especially like I don't know, just hearing like good reception from like my recent music and just I don't know, just cooking up recently for the new shit that I'm trying to drop. Just I don't know, been make me feel that cool. So that's how like music made me feel. I feel like the same thing with the DJing. It just kind of like goes hand in hand. I feel like it also just makes me like kind of understand like the room a little bit better because I feel like I'm good with people, but DJing makes me like really like feel like all right, like I could really read a room pretty quick off the music if people vibing out at it or not, or just like I don't know, just it broadens my scope on how music will affect people and how music affects people currently. I don't know, it's just it makes you have a better insight in other people's brains without having to like talk to them, and it's hilarious. Um, painting be just making me feel cool, like cool. Everything makes me feel cool. Yeah, painting. I don't know. Compared to painting is just like kind of calm. I feel like I don't know if it's like the fumes, like killing all the brain cells in my brain, and like me enjoying that. It's just like I'm hooked. I could just have an addictive personality. Like I think it's just that. Honestly, like I just be high as fuck when I'm painting, bro. Like them yeah, that shit's it's hilarious. Like that 94 be tasting crazy. Mm-mm. I love that. I love that. I've tasted paint before. That shit it don't taste that bad. I'll do it again. Do it before. Do it again. Ha ha. But it makes me do feel professional though. I can't lie. I feel like painting has got me more into like a professional, like professional looks or professional rooms. Especially like shout out Rob Prevelis. Like that was like the first like at least like painter I know who really be doing his thing for real, like personally, like watch helping him break down his pop up shop in Brooklyn and just like seeing the pieces like in person and just really like sitting down and talking to him and just really I don't know, just like Rob is really like a down to earth person, bruh. And it just seeing what you could do visually with your hands is so amazing, and I feel like that really kind of inspired me to really pick my shit up, you know, besides like sketching in my sketchbooks or some shit. Um, yeah, bro, like it's and then like I don't know, like when I pick up the camera though, it just I feel like again it makes me feel professional. I feel like I'm low key a little bit of a micromanager because like all right, like I'm trying to get shit straight. I'm trying to get like I don't know. I genuinely think I'm a director. You know, I'm a creative director, but niggas don't know that yet. You know, some shit might be coming out soon that we don't know yet. But I don't know. I just feel like with the camera, is same thing with like painting, but I feel like you could really manipulate like the visual aspects of literally anything. You know, it could be music, it could be dance. It could be literally anything, and you could visually see it. You know, like you were there, and it captures that captures that off of camera. I don't know if I'm like still amazed that we got this far as human beings to like be able to do this, but genuinely, like I just it's one of those cool things to like still try to get into, because I'm not super deep into cameras, but just like the whole idea of the camera and like its functionality and so many things that you can do with that. And then, shooting and post production, you could really get saucy and do and make really, 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 really cool shit. Oh my god, my play button doesn't work.
I just met a bad bitch, her name Ling Ling. Gave her 5 bands, told her you could spend these. Introduced the 5-star meal, she used to win these. Just made a bitch talk to me through my cash app. Bitch is about 500 for a take back. The way she give me brain, she could have A when that take back. She finna call her brothers. I got brothers, baby, bet that I'm really he. The family train, Mr. Get blue cheese. I got your bitch up at the B&B. She suck me up all day when she leaves, she gon' need new knees. But she ain't about I got sick of wearing Gucci. Every type of nigga show my bitch how to make 10 bands. I don't like this shit. You my bitch, you don't need no friends. I'm the type to get a bitch to link, bitch got a boyfriend. She wanna have my baby, told me throw away my Trojan. Oh damn, yeah, bad bitch, trying to stress her. She don't face up when the girl might have to text her. 5-star, little baby, you some pressure. But you down, she don't beg her. She got her name with everybody, call her finance. Little bitch, I like that. She got her name with everybody, call her finance. Little bitch, I like that. She got her name with everybody, call her pretty fake. But she's still a bad bitch with a skinny waist. Got baddie, black and up when it's pretty late. I wish I had a bitch that stay solid, but it's pretty great. You got a nigga, baby, can you fight though? I like a crazy bitch, super psycho. A friendly bitch that entertain you niggas. I don't like those. I like the home girl, stop a bitch, cause I can fight her. It's too season, little mama. You know you want to. Leave these hoes on scene. If you want me to, I can beat it like Mike and bring your friends to a skinny mini. She got some attitude. Oh, look, this the master plan. It's a way to get fucking money and just get bitches forever. I guess. Look. Yo, I know this bitch, I know this nigga that be making wild bucks. His pockets antlers on your windshield, he be making wild bucks. She fucking right, she set them up, he gon' be making wild bucks. We Ric Flair without the ref, we gon' be gone on us. Talking no cash, go to Malib. Goofy hoes call mad dibs, that cash money calling them birds, that baby ad-lib. Got 3 Cali connects, they sound the same, I call them pack dib. Long as I send them on job turkeys, we good time, man. We good time, man. White man, I'm good time, man. I got a whole variety, even dishing them dimes in, looking like Nash and Prime, man. Dame Dash throwing diamonds to junkies on the people's champ. Long as I keep the box, man. We still stunting, yeah, we still stunting. This for your bitch, for real, Black. I really deserve this gold watch, for real. Like, fuck all the deals, just give me the watch. Fuck it, though. I just fucking like did the most. Master plan, get my.